YouTube, good evening. Today was a bizarre day, politically speaking. Um, some of the shit that's been going on from the time that the elections that were held up until now, up until this very moment, has absolutely frustrated me and pissed me off, embarrassed me, and made me ashamed. It's not, I've always mostly, I've never really been a really like into the politics game. Or I pay a little attention to politics because of course it affects us. It affects all of us one way or another. But I just have a casual, more like a passing interest in politics. Um, First of all, I want to say this. I think that the process that they're using to pick or to elect the president and vice president of the United States is too complicated. I don't think hardly. I'll bet you not even 50% of the American population even understands it. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm not a stoop by no imagination. Okay, I'm educated. I went to college. I graduated from University. I'm sorry, Chaffee College down in Southern California. It was the Department of Corrections Academy, and I was given a degree uh, for Department of Corrections in the state of California. Um, so I'm not stupid by any imagine. I'm not stupid. Bottom line, I'm just so appalled and shocked at what happened today, and at the great lengths that Donald Trump goes to try to hold on to the presidency. That really bothers me a lot, and I just think that um, something needs to be done about that. I think white America fucked up. I think now they know they fucked up. I knew they fucked up when they first elected him to office. I'll never forget the day that my roommate, Miss Louise, which is my buddy Phil's mother, told me I was cooking. I can never forget this. I was cooking sausage, making my breakfast, and Miss Louise said to me, "Marvin, Donald Trump's been run for office." I said, "Office of what?" And she said, "President." I said, I started cracking up because I actually thought at first she was just pulling my leg, and I thought she was just bullshitting me and just trying to because Miss Louise has a pretty good sense of humor. But I thought this was all part of her being a jokester of sorts. But she was telling the truth, and it was true, and this was actually happening. So I just took it for granted that he wouldn't win because the motherfucker had he had absolutely no political experience whatsoever. I hope white America learned a lesson from this. You don't put a motherfucker in office who who's not a politician, who doesn't understand the needs of the people or even the needs of the office. The motherfucker didn't know shit about being a goddamn president, and he was like so rude and crude when he first took office. You could just see the motherfucker didn't know what he's doing. And he wasn't even trying at first. He wasn't even trying to listen to the people around him. They were trying to tell him and guide him, as to what to do or what he was supposed to do, what protocol is. Everything in this country that we do has a protocol. I don't give a damn what it is, no matter what it is. It could be from being a janitor to being the president. There's a protocol and a way to do and a way not to do everything that we do. There was no way in hell 20, 30 years ago Donald Trump would have ever even made it to the goddamn office to sign the letter of intent to run, okay? Because he wasn't qualified. This motherfucker wasn't qualified to do a goddamn thing except run his damn business. Only thing he had going for him was the fact that he had billions and millions of dollars, millions of billions. I don't know what it was, but the bottom line is he had more money than he knew what to do with, which in turn kind of made him be an educated fool. A lot of people out there are educated fools and do stupid ass shit um, because they don't know how to handle people. They don't know what to do with people. I have a relative very close to me that is an educated fool. Yeah, they got a college degree, but they don't know shit about being diplomatic with their fuck it. I'm just gonna put it out there like this. I have a daughter that makes buku money. She's been my daughter for damn near 50 years. You would think by now she would know that I don't give a fucking rat's ass about money. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not for sale. I'll just tell you a little story just to give you a little background. When I was 17 years old, I've been like this all my life. When I was 17 years old, I worked at a place called Douglas Parking in Oakland, California. It was a upscale parking garage where judges, lawyers, people that worked in and for the court in Alameda County would park their cars there. Most of them were monthly customers. My job was to, when the customer drives up with their car, my job was to, get in the car, drive it in the elevator, and take it up to the floor that it belonged on. Douglas Parkin had some, really strange shit going on in there, and I'm 17 years old. I'm a kid. I don't know really what I'm doing either, but I still had a certain core value that of things that I believed in. When I went to, if I came and worked for you, you aren't buying me. You were renting me for the 8 hours that you're paying me for. Who I am and what I am had nothing to do with you. My job is to come there and do the job you were asking me to perform. All you need to do is tell me what you want me to do and get the fuck out of my way because I'll get it done. I've been like that all my fucking life. Now I'm retired, and so obviously I did do something right because I'm retired and I don't have to work anymore. My life's great right now. I live a really good life. My point is, I wasn't willing to just come to work and do any goddamn thing you asked me to do. I had a set of core values even at 17 that you had to agree with me on to a certain degree. Yeah, I'm the employee, but you the employer, but that don't give you the right to just do whatever the fuck you feel like doing with me. Okay? That didn't give you that inalienable right. Bottom line is, I still had my own set of core values that I wanted to basically incorporate in with what you were doing. A person like Donald Trump had no core value of nothing. His core value is I want to get paid, I want to be noticed, I'm the man, this, that, and the other, all like that. The man's a buffoon. He didn't know shit from shine over. I could have went there and this just goes to show you. If a motherfucker like him could get elected to the office of the president of the United States, anybody could. Okay? Anybody can be the goddamn president. Fuck, I guess I could just get up there and be the president. Why not? I ain't got time to be president. I got better things to do with my time. But the point is, I have never been more embarrassed as an American than I am right now. What Donald Trump has tried to do by bullying his way, in the nation's capital, trying to be a president that he doesn't deserve to be. He didn't deserve it in the first goddamn place. He damn sure didn't deserve it, a second term. Most history has shown that most American presidents do get 2 terms. Only a handful of them only got one. And I was actually afraid that there were enough idiots out there because, as the saying goes, we are a nation of idiots, and it's true. We are. We're a nation of fucking idiots. Most of us, to be honest with you, I don't know how some fucking people make it through the goddamn day, let alone a lifetime. Because the average person don't pay attention to what they need to pay attention to. The average person is kind of disrespectful. The average person doesn't really adhere to any sort of core values. Core values are important. You know, I talk a lot of shit about my mom because my mom she was definitely hands down an abusive person, no doubt about it. But she made a decent, good man out of me between her and my father. Well, actually, my dad didn't really have a whole lot to do with it because his ass was a wimp. He was a stone fucking jellyfish. Okay, he was a yes man, and he did whatever the fuck my mother tell him. I ain't down with that. I'm old school on that shit. Look, my girl Mary, who I live with now, makes way more money than I do. Okay, way more. But Mary's not the boss. She never will be. I don't abuse her. I love her. I don't abuse her. You know, and because of my last relationship, my idea of love is a little different than what it used to be. But the point is, I love her the best I can, you know, with what I got left. Um, I don't disrespect her. I don't abuse her. I don't just curse her out for no good reason. I don't even curse her out when I have a good reason, if I can help it, because I'm a non-confrontational type guy. If I can walk away, that's what I'll do. If you give me the opportunity to walk away, I'll walk away. I'm like a mouse. If you corner me, I'll come out and bite your ass if I can. But if you let me walk away from the situation, I will. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree and just walk away. A lot of people aren't capable of doing even that. Like I say, I don't even understand how some people even make it through the goddamn day, let alone a lifetime. But that, you know, be that as it may, politicians and the people that represent our country, our state, our county, our cities, those people have to adhere to a higher standard. Like me, I have to adhere to a higher standard on a lower level. I have two children. I have a son that's 5 years old that I'm raising. That boy means the world to me. Okay, let me say that again. That young boy, my 5-year-old son, is my heart. He is absolutely my heart of hearts. I love that boy more than I love myself. I love my daughter too. I have a 12-year-old daughter that, you know, they have the same mom, same dad. I love my daughter. Don't get me wrong. My daughter is my heart too. She is. But I kind of deal with her a little differently than I deal with my son because females are different. And I've learned over the years you have to take them with a grain of salt to a certain degree because they do things out of emotion and not out of logic or any necessarily rhyme or reason. Life's tough. Life's complicated. Kids don't come with uh, what do you call that? Owner manuals, and apparently neither do political offices either. Well, I think they do probably have some kind of something similar to an owner's manual, but I'm sure that each president or each congressman or each senator or each mayor or each governor perceives what they read differently. One of the things that people don't understand or don't even know, and I didn't know either until a couple of years ago, or maybe a few years ago, is that when we talk to each other, the words that we use to describe a feeling or a passion or something that we want done, the words that we use to do that can mean one thing. Like I'll take the word love. The word love, even for me, has had two or three different understandings in my lifetime. You know, I used to perceive love when I was younger as a paradise, something that was unpenetrable and unyielding, something that you put it on the table and you take it for granted. But then um, I changed as I got a little older because I started understanding that the perception of love that I had was not exactly the meaning of what love is. So with that in mind, I went on through life, and then I met my kid's mother. I fell in love with her. She kicked me in the teeth at the end of the day. She actually absolutely ran me over and left me for dead. To be honest with you, this station, I mean, this channel was born out of hurt and pain, a need to vent and to feel like somebody else could hear my story. Um, hang on just a second. This isn't professional, but I need to do this. Hey T, yeah, I'm broadcasting, sweet. Turn on your Google and I mean your YouTube, and you can watch me there for a minute. I'm gonna call you when I get done. Okay. Love you. Love you too. All right. That's my granddaughter. I love that girl to death. Sheila has been my rock. You know, the only time I've ever been a little bit perturbed with her was, I guess, in her opinion, when I was grieving over the loss of my 12-year relationship with someone who I loved and cherished very much. I guess, for her, for Sheila, it was come on, Grandpa, which basically is what she said to me. Come on, Grandpa, like snap out of it. How you deal with rejection and life's ups and downs and pain. I'll be honest with you, and for young people that may be watching this, I ain't trying to bust your bubble, but life is not a bowl of cherries. It's not. And people, the idea of man's inhumanity to man has been going on since the caveman days. I don't know why powers that be, what I call a higher power, and what you probably call God. I don't know why she or it made the default of human emotions and spirit to be that we have to be taught to do the right thing. We come into the world doing just like automatically knowing how to do wrong, automatically knowing how to fuck somebody up, but we don't come into the world knowing how to love, knowing how to respect, knowing how to consider the other person's feelings. I do that now, and I do it very well. I'm real good at it. Most people don't even fucking bother to even think about that. All they care about is themselves and what they can get out of the next person. And unfortunately, I'm not that person. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about material things like that. Yeah, I live good. Mary done well. Thank God. She had the presence of mind to buy a nice home. We drive a Mercedes. You can't see it right now, but it's sitting right there. My man cave is in the garage. Um, you know, I smoke good weed every day. I am never out of weed. I can't even remember the last time I didn't have no weed. I smoke. So, got cigarettes. Never be without them. Mary takes damn good care of that and makes sure that I don't never run out. She always makes sure that she keeps me well stocked with the things I like, and I love her for that. um, I'm kind of laughing because as I said that, I'm thinking back on the times, because Mary and I have a long history. Um, we go back a long way, 30 years. I've only been back with her, I think, going on. It'll be 4 years this next baseball season. But because the kids' mom and I parted ways during spring training of baseball 2017, 18, 19, 20, yeah, 2017. And I've had a lot. My life has taken a lot of different strains, the twists and turns. with the kid's mom, I didn't never think, like I loved her to death. I thought that if you love somebody, my perception of love at that time, 12, 13 years ago, was that if you love somebody good enough and well enough, they'll recognize it and love you back. Just on the sheer fact that you love them. But it doesn't work that way. Okay? Shanika showed me that. Her her thing was big dick. My dick wasn't big enough. I don't have no problem. I'm not ashamed of it or embarrassed by it because it's not like I was. It's not like I asked for the dick that I got. Okay, I mean I got all right. I'm doing all right. I'm most ladies have told me over the years it was comfortable because I do ask. I used to ask, but the point is, different women have different kinds of what's important to them. Ghetto bitches don't give a fuck about nothing but dick. Okay, and the size of it and how much you can just fucking pump the shit out. You know, I'm not that man. I'm the guy that took the time to understand how to make love, and my forte was to finesse a woman. Not take my dick out and just fucking shit out of her. That's not to me. That's not making love. That's stupid. Love, the art of the idea and the action of making love is actually an art form. Same thing with eating pussy. It's an art form. You don't just get down there and start. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't go like that. It doesn't work like that. You finesse it. You take your time. You ease it. You ease into it. I ain't even trying to tell you how to do all that. But the bottom line is, I learned how to do that, and that was my selling point, so to speak. Um, Everybody keys on different things, but there should be a basic level of what you deem as important and what's not. And what's important to me is that you got to treat people right. Number one, that's number one. Karma is definitely alive and well, and will get your motherfucking ass. Trust me. Trust me. I think that one of the reasons why I ended up in this luxurious life that I'm in now is because the powers that be, karma, or whoever's running the show, knows that I've got a raw deal as a child. I had a rough childhood with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom line is, I don't care what the East Coast Morris is saying. Because I've had conversations with like my nephew, for instance. He kind of bristles up at the notion that I'm a product of my mother cheating on my dad and being basically a hoe bitch. Um, it is what it is. I'm gonna tell you something else. My mother had polio and was crippled, but she didn't have no problem having men over. When I was younger, like in 5, 6, 7 years old, you don't know what's going on. All I knew was when we lived in Philadelphia, there was a guy named Uncle Al. Uncle Al used to come over and bring me charms. I used to love charms when I was a kid. So Uncle Al would bring me charms and a red soda and some cinnamon rolls, and I was good to go. I'd go on and watch TV in the living room. He went upstairs and did whatever him and my mom was doing, which I found out later. I knew what they were doing later on. After I got older, I was like, oh, that's what she was doing. But, because my mom was, to be honest, I don't pull no punches and sit here and sugarcoat shit. My mother was a hoe bitch, okay? My dad was in the service. He was gone a lot. He was, I know I remember him being gone to Korea. I know he did a year or so, or 2 or so over in Korea. He also went to France. And just to go to show you how fucked up people are, his goddamn buddies, while he was gone, were coming back and visiting my mom. See, I don't do that kind of shit. Because I ain't with that. I fucking hate that. I hate that with a passion. The one thing about Shanika that didn't bother me, and it's like the only thing that she even did right in all of this was to have those 2 children and not, because I'm going to be honest again, with Marshawn, I was not a happy camper while she was pregnant because I was scared. I didn't know whether that was my baby. That was the first time in my life, and I got 17 kids. I knew all the other 16. I never had to worry about whether or not they were my child. But Marshawn, I was sweating bullets. I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm gonna be honest. I was sweating bullets. I wasn't sure he was my child. I didn't know until because I was there the day she had him. I didn't, I wasn't comfortable or didn't do that thing until I saw him come out her pussy, and he looked just like me from the day he was born. I knew he was my son. That's when I was okay. Those not that 9 month pregnancy with Shanika when she was pregnant with him, that was not fun for me. Not fun worth a motherfucker. Okay, know that. I'm not embarrassed about shit like that because here's the thing. Whatever size my dick is, I didn't go. I didn't. When I was being born, I didn't go and say, "Hey, give me the average dick." I don't. You don't get to choose and pick what body parts you have or don't have. Same thing like with your parents. You can't say, "Oh, give me the. I want the mother with the nice nipples, so I get the best milk." It doesn't work like that. You don't pick what mother you get. You don't pick what father you get. You don't pick what body you get. You get whatever the hell you get because that's what you got. So for Shanika because she, put it off on, oh she never even admitted that she was cheating on me. I didn't. I just found out about that by accident, and we'll go into that on another show. That's a whole nother damn show right there. But anyway, as it worked out, because I believe that because of the way my childhood went, life is trying to make it right, and life has made it right. My life right now is wonderful. You know, yeah, sometimes Mary gets on my nerve. Mary's from Louisiana, okay? People down the South, those of you who know people that are from the South, know that people from the South are a little slow they like to think things over a little bit longer than most of us. They usually eventually get it right, but it takes them a little longer period of time to do it. Mary don't like to admit it. I've talked to her about that. But Mary is from the deep South, um, Louisiana. She's a hell of a good cook. Most people down there make good food. Mary's no exception. So I eat well. She feeds me real good and makes me really good gumbo and things like that. I make the chitlins though. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that it's been these last 4 years have been so bizarre. With me breaking up with Shanika after 12 years. Because I'm gonna tell you something else. You've been with a woman for over 10 years, or if you're a woman, you've been with a dude for over 10 years. You should have some reasonable right to expectancy of continuance. That means whether or not you and that person are going to be together, that shouldn't even be on the table no more. That should be a given. You shouldn't have to worry about, am I going to have a relationship with this person tomorrow? Are they going to go somewhere and come back? I shouldn't have had to worry about Shanika's lying to me. She's not really going to work. She's going to go lay up with some nigger and fuck some other nigger all night. You know, that was the reality of what was going on. But that's not what I thought was going on. Because at one point, she looked me dead in my eyes and said, "Marvin, I ain't thinking about no niggas. You don't got to worry about that." And these are her exact words. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm not thinking about niggas. Only thing I'm thinking about is going and making my money. Look at me dead in my eyes. We were standing in the kitchen. I'll never forget it. How people like that do that? I can't look you in your eye and tell you a goddamn bald-faced lie. I ain't gonna do it. I don't believe in lying because I ain't gonna lie to nobody. Ain't nobody gonna whoop my ass about a goddamn thing at this point. And if you do, oh well. Point is, these were some weird times. Donald Trump should never have been president. Shanika should never have left me, or actually, should never have made me leave her. She should never have cheated on me. The only thing she did do right was have these two children. That's the only thing that she did right in my eyesight. Um, Everything else Shanika did was fucked up towards me. She treated me like shit. And she was the only one to treat me like shit. And then what really pisses me off about that is that I don't like the idea that a person who's uneducated, who's not really on my level, on no level, had the nerve to think that she was better than me, and was with some other nigga that she thought was better than me too. That nigga wasn't shit. Now I haven't been able to see what he's doing, but I bet you $1 to a donut that nigga ain't doing a goddamn thing, and ain't got a goddamn thing. But he's just a nigga. There's two kind of people in life: black folks and niggas. I don't want my children or my family to be niggas. I want us to be black folks. Be respectable. Be decent people. Okay, I think I'm rambled enough. I always come on here when I'm a little ticked off, and like I say, the events of this earlier evening definitely did piss me the fuck off. I've been mad with Donald Trump ever since he got in office. I've never been mad with a politician or anybody in politics before like this. I feel very strongly, ashamed and appalled and embarrassed by the events and the things Donald Trump did. He had no business being president. I hope white America doesn't make a mistake like that again. Anyway, I hope I've given you some food for thought. I hope that something I said will resonate with somebody who needed it. And if you're watching, I thank you and I appreciate it. If you watch my video later, again, I thank you and appreciate it. I'm your host, OGMarv. I've gotten used to doing this so much now to the point I'm really comfortable. It's nothing like it was the first day I started to do this. But this saved my life. This absolutely saved my life. Hands down, no other way to describe it. If it hadn't been for this, no telling where I'd be right now. Okay, folks, take care of yourselves and each other. Pay attention to your surroundings. Be good to your kids. Be good to each other. It's not hard. It doesn't take much. This is OGMarv. Thanking you for watching. Good night.